make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you.
So hello folks, this is me Aman, and today I'm back again with another video. So in this video I'm going to talk about a very useful plugin that every web developer should use, and that is OWL Carousel. So what does this plugin do? So through this plugin we can create image carousel, image sliders, whatever you name it. So in this video I'm going to show you how to install the plugin and how to use it properly. So before getting to this tutorial, I will request you to watch the whole video so that you could get much out of this video. So yes, without wasting much of the time, let's get into the tutorial. So here I am in my computer screen. So first we will create a folder and I am naming it as OWL Carousel. And I will open this folder in our Visual Studio Code. So first open the Visual Studio Code and go to open folder, and in here we have OWL Carousel. So open this up, and in here in this folder I will create 4 subfolders. First one will be the markup, second one will be the style folder, third one will be the JavaScript, and the fourth one will be the assets. Let me type it again. Yes, and the fourth one will be the assets folder. Okay, so in this assets folder we will store our all photos. Okay, and now go to markup, and in here create a file that is index.html, and in style create the style.scss, and in JavaScript create the js.js file. So for this tutorial I am using the Sass. You can go with the simple CSS as well, it's up to you, but to make sure that if you are using Sass you have installed the live Sass compiler, and if you have, it will ask you for the watch Sass. Just click on that and it will compile your all SCSS code into CSS. Okay, so now in index.html I will create the simple boilerplate first with exclamation mark, and I will give the title as OWL Carousel. Okay, so in order to use it first, in order to use the OWL Carousel we will have to first install it. So for that, go to Chrome browser, and in here type OWL Carousel. This is the official site. Go here. So now we have 2 options to install the OWL Carousel into our project. First one is to download the zip file itself, and the second one is that I'm going to use it is through the command line. So for command line, go to its GitHub page, and in its GitHub page the command line is given to install the package, that is npm install save owl.carousel. So I will just copy it through Ctrl+C and open my terminal and paste it here. So in order to use this command, make sure that you have installed the npm, the node package manager, in your machine. Okay, and I have installed that, so I will just press enter, and it will automatically install the all necessary file in our folder OWL Carousel. So as you can see here, we have a new folder named as node modules. Okay, so now we have to link 2 files here. The first one will be this. Let me show you. This is it. This is in here. Yes. This the first one is this owl carousel.min.css, and the second one is this owl.theme.default.css. So just link these two files here. So I will just let me type it again. So yes, no. So yes, go to node modules, and in node modules go to owl carousel, and there we go to dist, and in there go to assets, and here we have the owl carousel.css. And now we need another file, which is the path will be the same, owl carousel dist assets owl. Okay, so in here in assets, the second file that we need is this owl.theme.default.css. So just click there. So what does this file do is it will give us the navigation as well, and navigation means the two arrow button through which we can navigate, and those dots through which we can slide or go next and prev element. Okay, and now in our body we have to link to a script tag. We have to link to a script tag as well, which is given up here. So just copy it and paste it here. Okay, and now let link our own JavaScript file through a script tag. So that is in JavaScript folder, and in JavaScript we have js.js. Okay, so make sure that you are linking this your own script tag below these two script tag. Okay, and now in header tag let link our own style file, that is in our style folder. In style folder we have style.css. So make sure that you are linking the .css, not .scss. Okay, so now we are all good to go to work with the OWL carousel plugin. But before that, I want some photos in our assets folder. So for that I have downloaded some photos, which is in here. Let me move it to our assets folder there. Okay, now we are all good to go to work with our OWL carousel. Okay, so now in order to work with the OWL carousel, first we go to its official page, and in here we have a option of demos. So click on that, and I will start with the basic one. Okay, so let me show you how this works. So we can drag the files, I mean the elements. We can navigate through these icons. Okay, so this is it in our basic one. So for that, so to use the basic one, we will have to copy it, the code, and paste it in here, our JavaScript. Okay, and for index.html, this will be the markup. So make sure that whatever the element you are creating, you have the OWL carousel and OWL theme class added to your parent div element. Okay, so just copy it. I'm keeping the markup same and paste it here. Okay, so now if we go through our live server, open it with our live server, we can see that we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 elements, numbers as s4 tag in our web page. Okay, and we can navigate through these buttons, but we don't want these numbers to show up here. Instead of that, we want the images. So for it, just delete it, and in here create a div with class name item. You can name it, you can name the class name and anything, it's up to you. And in this div, create the image tag, and the source will be assets and image 1. So I have 10 photos in here, I think. So for include all the photos, I will copy this div element and paste it. So for copy and paste, it is the shortcut is Shift Alt and down arrow key. It will create the copy. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And now we want to get rid of this one. So for that we want multiple cursors. So for multiple cursor, there is a shortcut that is Shift Alt and press the your cursor till the on the last element on which you want the through which you want the multiple cursor. So this is the last element and it has created the multiple cursor, and now we can delete all the ones at once. Okay, now for the second one I have this image 2, and the third one I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, now you can see if we go to our browser, we have our images. We have our images, but it is showing 5 images at once, but we want only one at a time. So for that I will have to make some changes in our jQuery code. In this responsive class, it is saying that from 0 to 500 pixels width, it will have one element. From 600 to 1000, it will have 3 elements, and from 1000 to ups, it will have 5 elements. But we want one element no matter what the size of the browser is. Okay, every time we want just one element. Now if we see, you can see that we have one element, but there is a problem that to see the whole image I have to scroll it down. So to resolve the problem, I will have to make some changes in our CSS folder or SCSS folder. So first let me create some basic styling, margin 0, padding 0 and box sizing border box. And now select the body, and I'm giving the height as 100 vertical height and width as 100%. Okay, and now select the OWL carousel class in which our all images are there. Okay, and in the OWL carousel we have item class, and in item we have our images. So let's give the height of the image as 100 vertical height and width as 100%. Okay, and object fit as cover. Now if we see our browser, you can see our images fits the covers the whole web page. We don't need to scroll it to see the whole image. However, we have these navigations. If you want to get rid of the navigations, we can do that too. Just inspect the arrow element to see in which class, in which div we have this arrow element. So as you can see, inside the OWL carousel we have 3 divs. The first div is OWL stage, in which we have our all images, and in the second div, which is OWL nav, which is responsible for the arrow elements, and the third div, which is OWL dot, which is responsible for the dot element. So just select this OWL nav in here, which is in OWL carousel. So just select OWL nav and display it as none. And if we see, we can see that we don't have any arrow elements now here. Okay, and if you want to get rid of these dots as well, we can do that too. Just select the class name in which these dots are present, and that is owl dots. Okay, and that is in our owl carousel div. So owl dots, and set it display as none. So now we can get rid of that too, as you can see here. Now we can drag it, the images. But if you want to make it slide automatically, we have a property for that. To set the property, we just need to go our JS page, and the property name is auto play, and set it as true. Okay, and now if you can see, it slides automatically. We don't have to slide it manually. Okay, and now if you want to set the transition speed or the speed between two slides, we can set that too with the property that is, if you want to set the time between two slides, we can set that with auto play timeout. I'm giving it as 3000 milliseconds. Now it will take 3 seconds for between two slides. Okay, okay. And now if you want to set the transition speed, you can set that as well with the property that is auto play speed. Set it as 2000 millisecond. Okay, so now it will take 2 seconds for every transition to happen, and 3 seconds between two transitions. Okay, and if you can see that we have some margin between our two images, we can get rid of that too if we give the margin as 0. Okay, now you can see that we don't have any margins in here in between two photos. Okay, and make sure that you have set the loop as true. What it will do is it will loop through the whole images. Okay, and the transition will go on forever. Okay, so make sure that you have set the property loop as true. Okay, so now this is our basic one, but we have also many presets present here. I will suggest you to explore that on your own, but for now I am going to show you one major, one very useful preset, which is Animate. So now what it does, in this we can set the animation in and animation out property, like how the animation should in and how the animation should go out. So for that we will have to first install this additional library, which is animate.css. So for that, go to this link, and in here we have shown the procedure of installing the library. So run this command, that is npm install animate.css save in the terminal. So just copy it and paste in our terminal and enter. So it will install the library for us. And now when we have installed the library, what we have to do is to link animate.css file in here into our header tag. So where is that animate.css file? Let me show you. First type link, and the path is node modules, and node modules OWL.carousel, and in here we have docs, and in docs we go to assets. In assets we have CSS, and in CSS we have animate.css. So this is the actual path of animate.css, and now we can apply any animation property into our slides. So let me go the previous page and copy this code and paste it here. Okay, so it has two additional properties that you can see here. The first one is the animation out, how the animation should go out. It is set to slide out down, and how the animation should come, that is set to flip in X. Margin, we don't want any margin. And what is stage padding, I will show you. And smart speed, I don't know much about this term, and I don't think it does something great, so get rid of this. And now other than that, we have to set the autoplay as true in order to play it automatically. And now if we go to our sliders, you can see that how our carousel animates. Okay, you can see here that every time the animation goes out, it goes like slide down, and every time the new element comes in, it will come like flip in X. You can see it here. And I was talking about the stage padding. So it is through it we can see the neighbor element of our main element. So it is set to 30 pixel. We can see the 30 pixels of the next one and the 30 pixels of the previous one. Okay, so if we want to get rid of it, let's set the stage padding as 0, and now our main image will cover the whole page, and now we can see the animation. So there are bunch of animations in our animate.css. Let me show you. Let me go to this page, this library page, and here we are given bunch of animations. So let me try some of them. So for animation out, what I will set it to slide out left. Yes, this one. So let me set this one, slide out left. And for animation in, I will set the property, the animation as bounce in, which is I think, yes, which is up here, bounce in. So let me set that to. And now if we see our browser, you can see the animations, how this animation takes place. Now every time the element goes out, it will go like the slide out left, and every time the new element come in, it will come like bounce in. Okay, let me set another property, I mean the animation. So for animation out, I will set it as slide out left, that is, and for animation in, I will set the slide in right. It is given right here, you can see it. Yes, here, slide in right. Okay, so now if we see our carousel, you can see how the every previous element goes like slide out left, and the new elements come from the right. Okay, so this is it. You can explore these property, these animations on your own. There are a bunch of them. Okay. I have taught you the basics and the thing that you need to know to start with the OWL carousel. I hope you would have get a lot from this tutorial, and if you did, don't forget to like the video and also subscribe to my channel. Okay.